YouTube viewers because no one's going to see this on the live stream just yet. So, this is the first episode.
We should get you some graphics on the screen.
I should.
Just
but
like current topic.
This is probably the lowest budget podcast on YouTube right now. So, we're going to have to work with what we got. If you want to make me graphics, Biggs, I'll gladly take them.
I'll do it.
Wait, didn't we get... Isn't someone on the server good with graphics?
J-Bon. J-Bon's good with graphics.
Ooh. I'm going to ask him.
Just like a little frame or something that says like Fancy Blue Podcast at the top. And current topic where you could just go on OBS and change it.
That's fancy. I'd love like a little sweep kind of thing. Like, look at that. Current topic. Ooh, that'd be nice. So, last week I did a test podcast with my good bud, but he is not here today. We have Biggs. Next best thing.
I was going to say, am I not a good bud?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think he would fit well.
The title still says test podcast, by the way.
Oh, no!
Fail start.
Podcast number 1. We need a name for the podcast. Let's talk about YouTube with Biggs. My main man.
Right. I'll tweet out about it. Someone suggested for a topic, Captain or Kibitz.
Captain or... Oh my goodness. I could never.
You just can't choose. That's like choosing between your children.
I feel really bad. I was in a call with Kibitz, and I kept calling him Captain.
He was like, by the way, did you want to mod Zai in the chat?
Of course. Of course. Zai is modded.
Oh, is she?
She should be modded.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to accidentally mod
well, I need to drop my
Zybubs. Did someone ask, hey, am I late? I think we just started. Hi, Fancy and Biggs. Chris Decree. We're going to be starting talking about something fairly soon. Me and Kibitz were actually working on a sitcom on the fan server.
Mm-hmm.
He built a house with a TV. So we built
really?
Yeah, so we built a Bill Cosby set right behind it. It was great.
You can't mention that name right now.
Oh, no.
It's a touchy subject.
Let's okay. What am I gonna say? Mike and Molly set. No one watches that. No one knows what that is.
Friends.
Yeah, but it's more like we kind of based it off Bill Cosby's set. Friends is difficult. That's like you got like rooms. You gotta have the TV move. Bill Cosby's like a living room. You in my castle?
No, I'm at my mansion right now.
Oh, Axton is here. New Chaos Craft member.
Oh yeah.
I see you.
Right.
Get out.
I'm just a mess.
We got 5 watching. Maybe we'll start when we get to like 10 watching.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I should have made a more attractive name. Podcast 1. I was thinking of names. I came up with the Pseudo-Serious podcast.
The Pseudo-Series.
Pseudo-Serious.
Oh, Pseudo-Serious.
Sometimes serious.
Yeah.
Almost serious. So,
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. So I think, I don't know how, maybe it might be a good name. I need a name though. And
That's what I mean. Get a name and then get some graphics.
Mm-hmm. Put my face on it.
It'd be legit.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that cool yet. So we're almost gonna start.
13 viewers now.
My goodness. So I have this expansive blacklist of words you're not allowed to say in my live streams.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sent it to you once.
Mm-hmm.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
But I think noob got blocked. Come on.
Okay.
Noob is nothing. No, it's not noob. Oh, maybe it's like... Oh, okay. Let's try that. That should be good.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, we're gonna start. Right.
Do you want to explain to everyone what it's going to be?
All right. Yeah. Yes, Mom. So, welcome to the podcast, the Fancy Blue podcast as of right now. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. This week's topics, we have YouTube, Chaoscraft, and maybe SMPs as a whole. So, I think we're going to start off with YouTube first, because we're the most qualified here.
Just a nice general topic to start off with, because everybody can relate to that, right? Because you're watching it on YouTube now.
Yeah,
So.
you use YouTube daily.
Exactly.
So
Tons and tons of opinions, which is always good for a podcast.
Thousands. I think I just fell off my castle, but that's okay. So we asked you guys if you had some actual pertinent questions, and then no one replied to my Twitter. So I had Biggs ask everyone. Maybe they did. I'll check. But Biggs, I think someone asked a couple questions that were pretty good.
Yeah, right. So I guess to lead on to them questions, I'll start it off by asking you, what is your opinion on the YouTube landscape right now? How YouTube is, the type of stuff that is on YouTube, like even like Minecraft community, anything. What's your opinion of it now? Has it changed from when you first started? Do you feel the same about it from when you first started, or is it different?
So the thing about my channel is that like I did building tutorials. I never really paid attention too much to trends. I just kind of did it, and it kind of just worked out. But I've seen a lot of channels like leave because of how the landscape changes. There's one I watch. It's called Classic Game Room. He does reviews on a bunch of like retro games, very stylized, very funny. But he can no longer do it full time because he would often joke is like, oh well, if I want to continue, I might have to start doing those cheeky top 10 lists if I want to keep up with what everyone else is doing, you know.
Yeah.
And he produces a satirical show, which may be a bit off-putting at times. Not at times, but like to a new audience member who's not like used to such a heavily stylized content. They're like, yeah, no, this isn't my Minecraft survival games I was looking for.
Yeah.
You know, I think there was a big obsession with Minecraft for a fairly long time. I know because I watched a lot of Minecraft.
I feel like it's based on what you just said. I feel like it's tough. It's a very tough thing, and I feel like a lot of YouTubers get sucked into it, and me being one of them included. It's just like I think everyone starts off their channel being unique and being their own kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
But you look around you and you see these other people. Other people grow faster than you. Other people grow slower than you, and I think every YouTuber would be lying if they said they didn't look at other YouTubers and think, why are they growing faster than me?
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like it is hard to stay
True to
out.
yourself.
Yeah, it's hard to stay true to yourself, but it's so easy to get sucked into the trends.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a balance. You still need to stay relevant because you kind of need to do the trends, but you still need to keep that uniqueness about you. Otherwise, you just end up the same as everyone else. You know, you can't do stuff that's too old because you become old and boring, pretty much. And
Quote unquote, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do what everyone else is doing because people are just going to watch one person because they get. So let's say survival games, for example. Most people probably will just watch one survival game person because that's their fix for survival games for the day. They're not going to watch 10 survival game channels.
I think the thing about that is that because it's almost obsessive, not like obsessive, but like they will. Viewers will. I don't want to talk about you like you're insects. Like viewers will fixate on a survival games member. Now the thing about that is that if they fixate on you, you have a super loyal fan base. Because I've seen small channels like 10K subscribers, 5K views per video because those viewers have fixated on their channel.
Yeah,
that's kind of the trick to survival games. They don't watch everyone. But if they become obsessed with you, that's where that success leads, and it's very different from like other mediums on YouTube, because you rely on that obsession almost, that fanboyness.
Yeah, but I do feel like that comes and goes though. I've seen that on my channel where like there's people that I thought were like super hardcore subscribers, and then they're gone within 6 months. And I might not notice it straight away, but then one day I'll be like, I wonder where that person is, and they just don't watch anymore. And
Yeah.
to me, I've gone through my head like so many different times of what it could be. Like, if I've put it down to loads of different aspects, is that one, they've just got bored. Two, they've grown up. I feel like people growing up and
True.
changing and stuff like that, and school and stuff, that affects it as well, you know?
That's a huge thing, actually. I started playing Minecraft when I was in like 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an adult now. Like,
It's true. It's so true. A lot of the stuff on the fan server, like, just to name a few, Zingo and Adam and stuff like that, they used to watch my channel from the beginning, like way back when I had like probably about 5,000 subscribers. I tell everyone this story all the time, is that when we first opened the very first version of the fan server, it was just a survival world. That was it. Zingo was the very first member to ever log on it.
Wow.
And that was like 2.5 years ago.
mm-hmm.
So, and he used to watch my channel all the time, but he openly says now, I don't really watch that much YouTube, because he's in his 20s now.
Really?
He's in his 20s now. Like, I think he's 20, maybe 19. And when he started watching, he was like 17, you know? And that's a big difference, like mentally. A 17-year-old is very different from a 20-year-old.
Yeah. And I think you almost have to grow up with your viewers.
Oh yeah, you do.
And that leads into it's kind of interesting, because like I'm not saying like I hate anyone that's younger, but like I like a mature audience, an audience that can understand things that I say and appreciate my opinions and such. But Minecraft, at least when it came out, I guess, nowadays very, very much a lot of younger people watch the videos. So, but they get older,
Yeah.
and you almost get to grow up with your viewers in that sense. Like I actually do have a lot of adults subscribe to me, like more than I have small children.
What I find is that the older people generally don't comment, so you kind of don't know that they're there.
Yeah.
But then they are there, you know.
And yet,
go on.
I was gonna say, and yet, we're still recording Minecraft. Do they grow up with you? Or do they move on? Because it's just Minecraft.
Yeah, true.
Doing other things, playing the Call of Doodles.
I do think, and maybe it's just a new generation, but I think I've said this before. I do think the landscape of Minecraft and Minecraft channels has changed. And no disrespect to the younger people out there, but I do think the average age of the audience has changed.
I think that's heavily due to like marketing. I can imagine it's like Minecraft everywhere, Minecraft toys, such. It's not like Minecraft beer bottles.
Yeah, I guess everybody likes that thing that no one's heard about. Everyone likes. Oh, I was the first person to play Minecraft. I played Minecraft back when it was like 1.1 or whatever you want to. So everyone likes that. So I guess back at the start, Minecraft had that kind of appeal of the like, oh, this cool indie game I'm playing. Now it's mainstream. No one likes mainstream. Everyone wants to be the cool kid that doesn't do anything that's mainstream.
Yeah. Minecraft is an indie game.
Yeah, now it's mainstream. I guarantee you that kind of like made people less interested in it.
I mean, and then like you have like let's say an adult is like, oh, I want to play Minecraft, and then they go on YouTube and they see maybe like they find a YouTuber, very much oh, what was that? I think headset just worked out, but like Stampy.
Yeah,
it's like they find, oh, what's Minecraft? Oh, this is a kid's game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know people today that kind of. I personally think they just judge it just because they just want to hate on it, but they do label it as a kid's game. Oh, it's just a bunch of 12-year-olds, and they do, and it is because it's becoming so more mainstream that you are getting such a wide range of ages now.
Yeah.
And like I said before, no disrespect to the younger people that play the game, but I do feel like the more younger people you get, the more that makes the older people not want to play.
It's like rollerblading.
Yeah.
No one wants to rollerblade.
Yeah.
I used to rollerblade. I used to rollerblade. I have very nice rollerblades. And I don't get to anymore because people look at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. So I'd rather not be associated with other rollerbladers.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, you're one of those people who rollerblade. Yeah, I can
But
imagine why. But like Minecraft, you know, games aren't made by kids. It's made by an adult, Mr.
yeah.
Notch. You know, didn't he just want to? Did he want to play a game like Minecraft and he just made it?
Do
Didn't
you think he did?
I don't remember.
Oh no, I think he played another game that gave him inspiration
Yeah,
for it.
I remember it was like a. I can't remember. I know of it.
Mm.
You know, and then I mean Microsoft.
Do you watch any other channels other than gaming channels, like vlogging or anything like that?
Ooh, do I? Ooh, I let me think back. I watch a lot of Game Grumps.
What's that?
Very adult Let's Players. Would not recommend them for small children. But it's almost like my fix. It's like, oh, Fancy, I was recording a small vid, and that moment you spooked me. Says Alkston. I'm sorry I spooked you. But it's almost like the answer to like, oh, YouTube's all there's not enough adult content because they're very adult.
I guess a good example of what we were saying just then and now is people that used to play on like the Minecraft server and stuff like that. You look at their channels, what, 2 years ago, a year ago, their channels were blowing up. They were like they were the biggest things at the time. Even people like Etho and stuff like that, and they had such a mature approach to how they did their videos. You know, even the way their SMPs and stuff were structured. It was older men playing Minecraft, and they had fun playing it.
I know this. Yeah. Okay. Continue. I'll tell you in a second.
But oh no, creeper just blew up. But now you look at their channels, and no disrespect to them, because honestly, they're great channels still. Their viewership and stuff is not what it used to be. And why is that? They haven't changed anything about what they do. Is that just because Minecraft viewership has got younger and what they do is not appealing? What is it? I don't know.
Well, yeah, if you look at Good, very much like how is it, like 40, 35? You know, Minecraft back then, I'm sure the perception was, it you know, they kind of made that, like, oh, Minecraft can be an adult game. But, you know, times change. And all these people, you know, the mini games players, you know, very, very loud, very appealing to smaller, like, younger audience.
I remember watching a Generic B video once, and he was talking something similar of what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people used to ask him back then, how do you become a YouTuber? And that's what a lot of people used to ask him.
How do you become a YouTuber?
Yeah, like, how do you get big on YouTube? And one of the things that he said, and at the time it was true, but I don't think it applies now, and it kind of shows how fast YouTube changes. Like in a year, like this time next year, YouTube will be totally different. It just will be.
Definitely.
But I think like what he said at the time, it was right. But he said that to be a YouTuber, you need to have a sense of maturity about you, and he gave a lot of examples of big YouTube channels at the time, and a lot of the people that he gave examples were all kind of like 25 and above. And he said it's very rarely that you see anyone who's like 16 or older become really popular on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that at the time that was true, but I feel like it's changed so much now. Everybody has the opportunity to get big on YouTube now, no matter what your age is.
That was kind of the ideology of YouTube, but, you know, kind of like anyone can be a YouTuber, but you see a humongous difference. Kids nowadays, for Christmas, they're getting microphones, desktops,
that's what they want. Exactly.
Recording software. They want to be YouTubers. They don't want to watch YouTube. You know, and I think that's almost like kind of where that shift came from, because a lot of younger people started making videos. Younger people.
I think that affects viewership too. Is that they're not watching you, they're playing on their own SMPs. They're not watching your videos.
Yeah.
You know, because they want to record their own videos.
But I can imagine if I'm like 13, I probably wouldn't relate to Good Boulder Fest or whatever, But all these younger, like 16, 15 year old YouTubers, I can probably relate more to them, or rather, they're just at least more entertaining to me. More people start watching that, ball gets rolling.
But there's always different trends that come in.
Yeah.
It's like you said, because when you said the younger YouTubers, it reminded me of like that trend of when screaming and shouting came in on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
that was like
yeah.
was like after the kind of like Minecraft and stuff like that, and then Sky does Minecraft come along, and literally they just shout and scream and stuff down the mic and stuff like that. No, like Sky does Master's got 11 million subs, so
It's a recording style. He's not like that in real life, of course.
Yeah, but who can say what he did is bad? He got 11 million subscribers from it, and this is his job now. So fair play to him for doing it. But that appeals to a certain type of audience. It's like I can't sit there and watch that because I'm older. I don't know. But
that is.
There are kids out there that find that hilarious,
It's unusual, at least.
Even PewDiePie's like that. PewDiePie does it, and I don't watch PewDiePie that much.
And this is almost like, this ties directly into it. I used to watch PewDiePie because back then, I think he was a lot more mature, at least. He was a lot funnier. And you see it, and it's so depressing because he played Infamous Second Son on the PS4, and it was a long play. And almost like in the beginning of the video, it was like an hour episodes. Beginning of the video, he was like his normal self yelling. And then he kind of calmed down because it's a longer video, and he was himself. And he was funny. And it was so sad because that's what he's actually like. And it's not a bad thing. But he has to entertain 40 million people at once every day. So, you kind of have to be like that.
So that made me think of something. And like a question I guess I could ask you is that, do you think viewers, as in like people, like your sub base, depending on whatever channel you are, do you think they change the type of person you are as a YouTuber?
It depends.
Do you think YouTubers start creating videos for their viewers rather than creating videos that they want to create?
Oh, definitely. All the time. Not maybe for me. Maybe actually, yeah, I get sucked in. Because you kind of want to you want to make what you want, but you also want to entertain. Like at the end of the day, we are entertainers. You want to make sure people are happy, and like for example, I like podcasts. Maybe I don't like making tutorials all the time, but everyone wanted tutorials. I made tutorials.
It kind of what we spoke about earlier. It's kind of like it's hard because you started your channel. Every YouTuber starts their channel being themselves. They don't. Let's be honest, everyone starts their channel talking to nobody because you have 0 subscribers. You're not talking to anyone. So you don't know how you're meant to be, or you don't know how to be. So everyone starts it being themselves. And then once they get their subscribers, it's kind of like...
You have the little voice just like, hey, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that.
But should you change? Should you change for your subscribers? Or should you continue doing what you did that made you get your subscribers?
It depends on how big you are, I would say. Like, if you got bills, like the thing is, like, people are always like, oh man, I don't want to give money. I don't want to watch ads on these big YouTubers. I want to support small YouTuber. No, you have to support the big YouTuber. Those are the ones with wives and kids that have to, feed them. And sometimes when you have to pay bills, you kind of have to do what makes, what gathers the most audience. And sometimes that's not what your original vision was. So you're almost forced to.
I guess that kind of, because Hasbaz, someone on Twitter, they mentioned, it's similar to what we're talking about now, they mentioned about does hate comments bother you? And I guess that kind of links in to what we're saying, because it's kind of like where I was saying, do you do what your viewers want? Now, for me personally, I think hate comments on YouTube get too much limelight. And I think they dictate what YouTubers do too much. Yeah. I feel like you can have 10, 20 nice comments, but one hate comment will annoy you.
Because, like, what would bring someone to say such a horrible thing? Like, it must have been really bad. What did I do? How can I change that so that no one would have that reaction again? Personally, I don't listen to them, but I can imagine.
I think it's hard to ignore them. I do think that's difficult.
They are the loudest.
Yeah, they are. But I think being a hater has become too cool now. You know, it's too much of a cool thing to say something negative. Like, you do a build. In fact, you do builds all the time, right? You must have had that one comment where you know that person hasn't watched your video. You know they hardly even know what you do on your channel, and they come and watch your video and they say this build's terrible.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know, and why do they say that when they haven't even watched the video? They just say it because they think it's a cool thing to do. You know, being a hater is too glamorized now, and I think it affects what YouTubers do too much. You have to look even at the top of YouTube, PewDiePie, right? He disabled his comments because of, I know he did it out of protest and stuff like that, didn't like the YouTube comments and stuff like that, but it's because there was too much crap in there, too much hate, too much of all this other stuff. I've seen vloggers stop vlogging because people criticize them in the comments. It's just like, it's crazy how much like being hateful and being horrible to someone is such a prominent thing on YouTube now. Like, for me, if I don't like a video and if I don't like what someone's doing,
don't watch it.
I don't waste my time commenting on it. I just click off it. But it's like people like that negative side of it and they thrive off it. That's why they do it.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, a rational person would click off the video.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that old saying, if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah. But, you know, you're behind the shield, the veil of the internet. So
yeah. Some people might say it's dangerous of what I'm saying because people might think like, oh, see, he hates hate comments, so I'm going to comment more to just to annoy him. Well, like I said, I get hate comments all the time. I just ignore them. Like you said, I just ignore them. But I think it's sad to see how much of effect mean comments have on YouTubers.
Because you can't. There's a point, and I think there's a proportion. Like I get, like, I think, to be honest, I don't get a lot. Like, it's very rare that I would get a hate comment. I think there's one. It was super funny. He's like, "You give me cancer. This build's so ugly." I'm like, okay. But if that would have happened like several times a day, every day, that would affect me. I'm sure it would affect anybody, and you might just change yourself to prevent that. And yet, nothing could change it.
No matter how many times you tell yourself to ignore it, you just can't. Like, you might ignore one, but then the next one happens. And then you're like, oh, okay, I didn't ignore that. And then the next one, and the next one. And eventually it does get to you. It does. I don't care what any YouTuber says. Hate comments will get to them. It does.
Yeah. And that's just kind of what it is. And I don't know. YouTube's not really good about that anyway.
Yeah, well, it's like,
everyone has a voice and can speak it.
It's like what Undead just said in the chat. It's like, what's the point of the dislike button? Why do you need a dislike button? If you don't like the video, just don't like it.
Yeah. I think with anything, any other dislike, it's more like if you were to watch a video, like here, like let's say, you know, How To Basic. Let's say I was looking for some tutorials, and I found his video instead. This video was not informative. I dislike it. It's not what I was looking for, I suppose. But I'm not saying that like his videos are not good. I'm saying that that's kind of a reaction I would have if I stumbled upon a video that did not suit the needs that I was looking for, kind of thing.
But why would you dislike it though?
I guess to inform. And it was useful years ago on like I think almost like reply girl videos. Like, okay, what's this video? Oh, this video was really just not informative. I'm going to dislike it so that someone doesn't have to waste their time. But that's not applicable anymore. Like, you can't just do that. Like YouTube, the way they rank videos now is through watch time, not how many times you watched it. So you don't. So only the best videos will get ranked up. So you don't have to dislike anymore. It was kind of like before, as long as a video was kind of related and had more views, like you know how you'll watch a tutorial on video editing and then there's a video in the corner, you'll click it because it's related. That video will get clicked multiple times, thousands of times if it is related, get 1 million views. It's ranked up super high. It's the worst quality video ever with like scratchy noises bad frame rate, I might dislike it so that I can inform people that were going to watch it to not waste their time. But
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. So you're saying the dislike button is just to tell people don't waste your time with this video.
yes, but that's not necessary because when they switch to watch time, if a video is garbage, people click off of it. It won't get ranked up because it only has like 1 second of watch time per video.
That's more viewer retention, right?
Yeah, and so that's its own way of disliking it because it now can gauge, the system can gauge interest. You don't have to have user input to gauge interest.
But doesn't it have the same effect if, like, for example, you had two videos, right? Two were video editing tutorials, uploaded around the same time, both kind of explain the same thing. One video has, let's imagine there was no dislike button. One video has 50 likes, and the other one has 300 likes. Wouldn't you just assume that the one with 300 likes is better than the one with 50 likes?
Well, I guess because like the like system isn't perfect either. It's like, okay, maybe I like it. Maybe I'm compelled to like this. I don't care. It was helpful. If I'm looking for a tutorial, I'm probably not going to like a video because I'm just here to watch it. So it's not like, and that's the thing. Watch time is a better gauge of user interest.
Yeah.
Because if people watch it, they like it, and that will boost the video up. You don't need to have an indication of like a physical response. I like this, I dislike it. We know already because you watched the video. So
Yeah.
it's an imperfect system. Likes and dislikes. You don't need it really, but it's cool, I guess. It just gauges interaction, I suppose.
I don't know. That part of me just thinks it's too easy for people to like I said before, hate or dislike for no reason. It's too easy. You know, people click on your video and the first thing they do is dislike it.
Maybe you can. What if you could only like or dislike after a certain period of time of the video? Maybe that would be a better system, because then you'd have to actually sit there and watch it, engage in your opinion.
And maybe the like button only appears, you know, like when the video finishes, you get the suggested buttons or the next video that's going to play.
Did you like this
Maybe
video?
a message comes up, said, did you like this video? Yes or no?
If you click off, you obviously didn't like it enough. You know? But then that has ramifications. Like, there's a humongous thing about animators on YouTube. You know, they work their butt off for months on end, can only produce a 3-minute video. Watch time isn't nearly as high as a Let's Play channel who can produce hours of content each day. You know, they almost rely on the likes, but the likes don't have enough impact. You know, I would probably like a 3-minute animation more than I would like an hour-long video of something.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's just like, there's always faults with every system that gets made.
Yeah.
Because before, animators were great. They would get millions and millions of views, and they would get ranked up because of that. But now it's on watch time. That entire genre is killed off. Of like amateur animation kind of thing. So,
Well, I guess let's move on from that then. And I guess, what's your view on YouTube trends? Stuff that blows up on YouTube. Everybody jumps on board on it, and then it just dies, and then the next thing happens, and then the next thing. Well, it's like you could even, because I know Minecraft because I've been doing it for so long. It's like SMPs were the huge thing. Were huge. Everyone started with Minecraft and stuff, and then everybody started SMP. Chaoscraft started because of that. Then that died. Then modded stuff, mod tutorials, and that blew up, and then that died, and then mod packs like modded survivals and stuff like that died, and then we go on to role plays now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I personally, and maybe this is a flaw in my personality, and maybe this holds me back from my growth of my channel. I've always got this thing, whether it's YouTube, whether it's trends in public, like everyone's wearing the same trainers, right?
Yep.
I personally don't like to do what everyone else is doing.
yeah.
But I feel like that's a bad thing on YouTube. I feel like if you do not do what the trends are, you fall behind.
The thing is that you can't force anyone to watch a video that they don't want to watch. We kind of are at whim of the viewer who follows trends. It's not that I follow trends, it's that the viewers follow the trends, and they're like, oh, I want to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, should an artist channel switch to Black Ops 3 because that's popular? Probably not, because they wouldn't fit. You know. What else can I say? I'm gonna take a swig of coffee.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one for me because I feel like I'm someone who, like I said, I don't like jumping on the bandwagon. It's just something I just don't like doing.
Yeah.
But sometimes I sit here and I look at things and I see, like I said at the start of the stream, I see other channels and I feel like, why are they doing better than me? And it's hard to be a YouTuber not to see that.
It's really difficult.
You do have to ignore it because it's demotivating amongst yourself. You just, like everyone says, it's always best to just focus on yourself and do what you do. But it's hard to ignore that other people do better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I find it hard because I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, but then I feel like, am I harming my own channel by not trying to take on the trend but doing it in my own way? You know?
It's a slippery slope, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a difficult one, I think.
It's really like that's really difficult because there's a limit. There's a safe way to do it, you know. Maybe because like trends aren't there because they're boring. Trends are like the things that get popular are fun things. Maybe I like Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe I want to play Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't care what people think, but to survive on the landscape, you have to maintain that interest on your channel. It's almost necessary, and it depends on basically like, and you can hurt yourself in the same way. Like you can I was gonna say I was looking for sugarcane at your house, but like I see channels like, oh, my goodness, I'm losing my train of thought. Like you have to, like if you do too many and such varied content that doesn't pertain to itself in any way whatsoever, that also can harm your channel. You can get obsessed with those numbers, like, oh, I have to hop on this, I have to hop on that. It doesn't work. People lose interest of your channel because you're not stable, and then you lose viewership anyway. I guess when you don't go to trends, you don't lose viewership.
Well, it's like trends at the moment, right? It's role plays in top 10, top 5, whatever videos. Right? They're the two biggest things in Minecraft community at the moment.
I would never do what are those, like top 10 things you didn't know about Minecraft?
But then you can't diss people who do it because
I don't diss them. I don't diss them.
Yeah, I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying as a whole. It's like I said, I'm not the type of person to jump on the bandwagon. I just don't do that. But then I see these other channels, they're doing this well, and I just feel like, they're doing so well doing that stuff. It just seems so easy, blah, 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 when I'm putting all this work into my videos. But you can't diss them. It's like a company, right? If they decided everyone likes this, let's do this, and then they start making loads of money from it.
I think it's almost like the intention.
Is that a smart decision, or is it just people just jumping on the bandwagon? I don't know. I guess
it is smart because we're only on this planet for a little bit. Why not make some money? But there's a limit. If you like, for example, if I was going to start following trends, I would probably follow Minecraft trends. I'm not going to start playing like, you know, this one popular game just because it's popular that I hate. It's stupid. I'm going to play stuff that makes me happy, and that's just my limit. It's really tricky because I'm kind of out of it. I don't follow trends. That's the thing. So, and that's just me. I don't prefer it because like it almost seems kind of fake. It's not content when you just upset. Like at least right now, the trend right now is these cheap videos that are low quality. Is like, oh, I get spooked on Five Nights at Freddy's. But the people that did follow those trends, like for example, like horror games, that's how PewDiePie got humongous. But he wasn't following the trend. He just happened to be there when the trend got popular.
Yeah.
People that follow the trends sometimes will only get so big because, they're not like PewDiePie will only. I don't even know.
Well, I guess because when you said something, it reminded me of something, right? Does it bother you?
Does it bother me?
Does it bother you that? Oh no, I forgot what I was going to say. Does it bother you that viewers
Oh,
want
okay. This is a better
want
question.
well, does it bother you that viewers want the trends rather than you doing what you want to do?
Um,
Because, for example, like for F1, right? There was a time when me and you, we loved F1. We wanted to upload it to our channels and everything, but we knew in the back of our heads
no one watch
that
it.
we can't upload this because no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Does that bother you?
see that kind of bothers me, but I cannot fault them. I can't make anyone watch something that I enjoy. I can only show them. I can only maybe that's almost like they're prejudging it. They're like, oh, F1, that's not Minecraft. If they were to watch 5 minutes, they would know how fun it is and how much they would enjoy it. I guess there's kind of like a prejudge, I suppose. Like, oh, this is.
It does bug me because there was a few GTA videos that I did with my cousin back in the day, and I honestly believe that those GTA videos were probably one of the couple of funniest videos I've ever done on my channel.
Yeah.
And to see people not even give it a chance because it didn't have Minecraft in the title,
See, that's
I would
kind
be
of more
lying
important.
if I said it didn't bother me.
That's different. That's actually like something I talk about. Like when trends are whatever, that's just what they are. People's interest at one point in time. Yes, whatever. But when you start to prejudge content, that would bug me because I'm the one making the content. It does bug me. If I would want to make something, I'm taking a risk right now, making a podcast. I'm kind of, and it's almost like, here we go. I probably would rather just not do anything on the podcast and just talk, have my concentration. But here I am working on Chaos Craft. Kind of has Minecraft in it. But that's just what they enjoy. Yes, there are some things I would love to do because...
But then I guess that kind of leads on to the point of whether... I guess it's what we were saying before about what do we do? Do we do what the viewers want to do? Do what we want? Because it's kind of like, do you want viewers that watch you for a specific thing, or do you want viewers who watch you for you?
So the people that follow the trends, they will just watch you for your content, and it depends. Now here we go, because like I feel personally that Chaos Craft is like almost like a haven in a platform for YouTubers to express themselves. Like, I'm just me. I'm just making a castle on this server. You watch me for my personality because at this point, not many people watch, or SMPs aren't necessarily the most entertaining thing. So you're forced to express your personality, and I like that. That's why I do it. People that follow trends will never have that loyal fan base. Like, obsessively only do trends exclusively.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, I guess a good example is Vadak, for example, right? Vadak at the moment is doing Just Cause, and it's blowing up for him. Like, I've given him props. Like, the hard work he puts into them videos is amazing. But the sad thing is, Vadak puts a lot of work into his other videos, like Minecraft Settlers and stuff like that, right? And then when you go on that video and you watch it, you see in the comments people saying, oh, Minecraft is crap. Play Just Cause.
That's so crazy to me. Like, you would expect the exact opposite. Like, man, why are you playing Just Cause? Let's get back to Settlers, my favorite content of the day. And now he has such an influx of viewers that they're almost shitting on, like, everything else he's done. Because it's not Just Cause 3.
That's the hard bit, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think when you do follow trends, I'm not saying Vadak follows a trend. I was just using Vadak as an example. But I feel like when you do get into that kind of area, it's kind of tough to get out of it. It's like I mentioned it in my LP. If I was to stop Minecraft videos tomorrow, that's like suicide for me, because my channel is a Minecraft channel. And it's hard. It's difficult when you want to do other stuff, but you're just stuck. I find that so hard. I find that hard myself.
Yeah. And I guess it's just you almost get locked in. You choose when you make your channel and your channel gets big off that thing, you know, you kind of go back to that 0 subscriber state when you want to make something else, because that's not what they subscribed for.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to make a new like fan base that's interested in your new content, because they didn't subscribe for Just Cause 3. It just so happened that Vadict, you know, Just Cause is a really fun game anyway, so that worked out. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I give 100% props to Vadict, because the growth that he's getting at the moment, you don't usually see that growth unless someone gets like a shout out from a big YouTuber or something, but he's getting that growth purely based on his own content, which is crazy. It's amazing.
And I know, like,
you can't hate on someone for that.
He didn't see other people getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers and then buy Just Cause and then play Just Cause. He just did it because Just Cause is a fun game.
I spoke to him. I think I spoke to him just as things were like blowing up, and he said to me that I wasn't even going to get the game. I just thought he's never played a Just Cause before. He thought, you know what, I'm just going to upload a video, see what happens, because it looks like a fun game. Yeah, and then bam, it just happened. You know.
Yeah. But
I guess that kind of leads on to things before. Do we do what viewers want, or do we do what we want? Because sometimes it can pay off. Because it paid off for Vadict. Vadict just did what he wanted to do, and it paid off. But you might need to try 20, 30 games before it does pay off, you know?
Yeah.
Before you find a thing.
It's tricky because they're both, like, you know, I can't tell my viewers to watch this. I want them to watch it, but if they don't click on it, you know, screw me. Like, they have to be the one. I can't force them. I can't shove them in front of a video and say, you must watch this. It's good, right? Yes, do it. However, in Vadic's case, I feel like that happens so rarely. It's almost by accident, you know, that all that happened, which is... But his channel
like YouTube success is by accident now. I feel like the majority of YouTubers out there, their success happens by accident.
I just roll with it.
I feel like it does. It's like, even with me, I wouldn't be at 100,000 subscribers if I didn't do my furniture videos. What made me do my furniture videos? Nothing. No one else was doing really furniture rooms, like where you display it like IKEA kind of thing. No one was doing that. I did it, and at that time they went viral. At that time, viral now is millions and millions of views, but that's not viral now. But at that time it got to like 100,000, 300,000 really quick, so that was viral. And without them, I wouldn't have hit 100,000 subs. But I didn't do them because everyone else was doing it. I just did it. It was just luck, pure luck at the time. You know, I just did it because I tried it.
Now here's the trick, and this is where I think it, you know, leads into the follow trends. You got that humongous boost. Let's do it again. Let's get more subscribers. How do I predict how, like, when a influx of viewers will come in and watch this specific content? And that's where you make a decision. Am I going to?
Yeah, you can't predict though, can you? And it's like, yeah, it's like I feel like we're like touching on points that we said before, because it's kind of like, do you just steal? And this kind of makes it clear for like how people can understand why it's hard for us to choose what to do. Because do you just do what you want to do and just hope for the best that one day one of them videos is going to blow up? You might do 50 let's plays of 50 different games, and then one day that one video is just going to go boom, it's going to blow up. So do you just do what you want to do and hope for the best, or do you do what the viewers want?
Well, now that's kind of that's a weird scenario, because I guess the viewers will want you when you do what you want to do first. I wanted to play Minecraft, and I exclusively played Minecraft, so the viewers that are subscribed to me will watch Minecraft. It depends if you're talking about like viewers as a whole, like all viewers. Then let me think. Yeah, I depends on how deep you want to go.
Yeah.
How much do you want to sell your soul, Biggs, for views?
I wouldn't say it's selling your soul. I would say, I would honestly say, right, if I was to sit here tomorrow and upload, I'm just using this as an example, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, upload some GTA, upload some Just Cause, upload some Rocket League, right? If I was to sit here and do that tomorrow, that is me being more genuine than me uploading Minecraft every single day.
Now,
Because
now you're getting it.
because that but that would be suicide for my channel because everyone's here for Minecraft.
You could say that, yeah. It would be more genuine to
But
try
it
other
would be more
things.
genuine for me to play them games because they are the games that I play when I'm not playing Minecraft. So am I making a mistake by not doing stuff that, like, I say I want people to watch what I want people to watch me for me, but then I'm not doing videos that I would do. Well, not want to say videos. I'm not doing stuff that I do when I'm being genuine off the camera. So how can I expect people to want to watch everything that I do when all I do is Minecraft kind of thing?
So, and this kind of leads into whether or not you want to be like, it's like, you know, as YouTuber, your job is to entertain.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you, and the more entertaining you are frequently, the more success that you may gather from if you're entertaining a larger amount of people. So that, I guess by definition, on an economical scale, excluding ethics and such, that would be the way. That would be success, is to follow those trends and try and get as many viewers as possible. Now, that's just like the business financial, let's do this because will make us views and money and great stuff. But
do you think YouTube now, because like I said before, YouTube changes all the time. Like next year it'd be totally different. There'd be new trends, new whatever. But do you think now YouTube is more about entertainment rather than connection? And what I mean by connection is, I personally feel like when I first started watching YouTube, when I would watch people like, I don't know, a BOO or Etho, right? I'm not disrespecting Etho or anything like that because he's got 1 million subs and he's doing great, but I wouldn't say he's the most entertaining person in the world. But I would watch him purely based on, I feel like I could relate to that person. Things that he was saying, things that he would talk about, things that he was doing. I feel like, oh, he's like me. So I got that kind of connection I feel that people can relate to that, right? I feel like YouTube was built off that. I feel like people used to subscribe to people like vloggers, everything, because they felt like they could relate to them. Like they look at that person, oh look, they're just like me. Oh look, I could do that. They could relate to it. But now, do you feel like YouTube is more about entertainment rather than something on a more personal scale?
I do, and that almost ties into the shift in demographic, like of the age of people watching. An older person that happens to watch YouTube will probably, and if they're watching Minecraft, they probably don't care about survival games or whatever. They probably would want to see, or just like they watch it for that person, his opinions and such. Younger demographic will be the ones to get like into trends. Myself, I don't care about things that are trending. I don't care. They happen to, if they're trending, I just like them. But I'm not like oh, everyone's liking Five Nights at Freddy's. Since everyone likes it, I must like it as well. I don't care. I hate the game. I don't want to play it. And I will not play it. But the viewers themselves, there's a large demographic of people that will play those trends or will want to get into those trends and find content based on those trends and get infatuated with it. And that's where you see that shift because, sorry. If everyone was like a mature person, an appreciative person for what they did, yeah, we wouldn't have to follow trends. I guess the luckiest people are the ones that enjoy doing what the trends say. And that only works for a little bit until the trends shift and then people are no longer interested. And then you have to make a decision whether or not you change and enjoy the next thing or stick to what you like.
But I do feel like that connection on YouTube is going away.
Yeah.
I feel like the connection that people have with their subscribers is going away, especially in the gaming community. I wouldn't say so much in the vlogging community because people.
Well, that's the purpose of a vlog, yeah.
Yeah, they can talk and stuff.
That's almost the fault of like the a lot of people. Okay, I say this, not everyone is like they don't have the quality. Not everyone has the qualities to make them a great YouTuber. You got to be outgoing, you know, have a great presence. Not everyone has that. But some people can get big due to trends. A lot of people get big because of that. They play this game that's popular right now. So they don't have the personality to back it up. And there's a lot more people on YouTube. Like a lot of people. You get everyone making YouTube. So before, you could only succeed through personality. Now, the barrier to entry is very small.
That's I guess what you just said. That is it. To summarize it, I feel like when I started YouTube,
You can't just be a YouTuber.
it was personality. It was people relating to you that made you a success. And a good example of that is someone like Vintage Beef, right? I remember watching his LPs and reading the comments and stuff like that. People loved it when he would just sit there. It didn't matter what he was doing in the video. He could be building a dirt wall. That's all he could be doing, right? But people loved hearing his stories about his life, and that loved it. They loved that connection. They loved hearing about his stories and stuff like that. But if you go look at his channel now, his viewership is probably less than 50% of what it used to be, and that's no fault of his own. He's still doing he's still doing what made him successful. But
Yeah.
I just feel like entertainment is more important now on YouTube than it is being yourself. Being entertaining is more important than being yourself.
Yes.
That's what I feel like that's what I feel like is more important on YouTube.
You know, okay, the standards that people expect for YouTubers is ridiculously high. You must own a $300 microphone, a $1,000 desktop, this and that, so that you may be, you know, watchable. It doesn't matter about the personality. Like, our standards shift. So, and a person would sooner watch a video with the equipment, the quality, the game that they like, than for a personality with lesser quality, of course. And because,
but is that a good, like, do you like that about YouTube though? Do you like that being entertaining, as in like you can class entertaining as whatever way you want, as in like screaming down the mic, doing whatever? Do you like the fact that being entertaining is more effective now than being relatable, being yourself, being like, oh guys, I had a tough day at school, or like, you know what I mean? But if you was to sit there and troll someone, that's so much more effective on YouTube now than it is telling people.
it depends on
about
the
your life.
entertainment. I'm not, like, for me, I lean more towards entertaining. I leave some stuff out. I'm not gonna like moan and whine on YouTube and like, oh man, my day was poor, because that's not entertaining. For me, yeah, I want to entertain them. It's almost like my purpose to entertain the viewers, but in a way that I feel ethical and fits my personality type. Like, I'm not going to tell them everything. That's just, some stuff just doesn't belong on there. I'm not going to tell them about breakup or tell how my bad day. That's just, you know, I would leave that out. Sometimes it's okay to talk about it, you know, but it's really just a balance. One or the other will not work. You can be yourself, but like,
Well, I don't. That's what my point was. I don't think being relatable works on YouTube at all now. Where I feel like it did. I feel like that was what
the era of the vloggers.
A lot of people grew with. Like, again, I use the example of like Vintage Beef, Etho, and stuff like that. When they were in their prime, that's what they did. They spoke about their day. They spoke about this. They told a story when they were 10, this happened, stuff like that. And that is what worked for them. The way it used to remind me, right, it used to remind me when I used to listen to their videos of kind of like when I was a little kid and my dad would tell me a story of when he did this crazy thing when he was a little kid. Every kid loves listening to the stories of when people were younger, but I just feel like the whole demographic of YouTube has changed so much now. It's becoming more like TV. Like, it has to be a good show, otherwise people do not watch.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. People do watch, but do you want to maintain millions of viewers per week, per day, every video? If you yourself, you know, and you appreciate yourself, you're going to be like my channel size or your channel size. If you want to get that million or that beautiful, like, play button, you know, you might have to change some stuff. You got to fit the landscape. Like, you know, I've gotten to my size from building But from myself, I never really changed. But maybe I would be bigger if I did do more trends, entertainment, whatever. I choose not to, so I stay at this size, and this is the size I would be, and I'm okay with that.
I guess that's what it comes down to. It comes down to
How big you want
what
to be.
you're personally okay with. Like, you know, because some people might sit there with 2,000 subscribers and be perfectly happy with that and continue doing what they're doing, being relatable, being this, but that's not the way to grow on YouTube. But then people sit there with 2,000 subscribers and they want 500,000, so they're gonna conform to all the trends and do whatever they have to do to grow.
And it just depends on the person, because like I choose to stay true to myself. I will probably not get 1 million subscribers, but that's more viable to me than just sheer growth of people that don't care about me. It depends on who you are and what you want out of it, really. I don't fault someone for following the trends and doing this or that. Some people, you know, wouldn't succeed if they let themselves just be themselves. Like, you know, I don't talk like this in real life. A lot quieter, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I put on a show, a little bit, just a little bit. It's a little entertaining, and I enjoy that. That's what I enjoy to do. So I guess if I were to summarize, do what you want. Who cares? I don't know. Like,
But-
you know, there is an obsession with these trends for some YouTubers, for some viewers, and maybe you can succeed using your like. I get what you're saying. Yes.
But I guess it all comes down to now is the fact that YouTube is all based on numbers.
Yeah,
And
there's an obsession with numbers.
People, and it's not only content creators who are obsessed with numbers, viewers are obsessed with numbers. People will go on other people's videos and say, well, you only get 1,000 views, you're a terrible YouTuber when you've got 300,000 subscribers.
I remember seeing a comment on, I think it was a friend of Kurt J. Mac, like LD Shadow Lady, I think. I saw one of her videos, and someone's like, you're such a small channel, stop making videos. She had like 150,000 subscribers at the time.
Yeah, but it's crazy though. But I think that's what it all comes down to. YouTube's so number driven now, and I the viewers might sit there and say like to content creators, "Oh, you only care about subscribers. You only care about this, that." But I feel like that's because of the environment that we live in, so to speak, right now. Because everybody is concerned about numbers. It's like even the viewers. Like if a video has 50,000 views, like a tutorial, for example, right? If you upload a tutorial of a medieval house, your tutorial has 3,000 views. If there's another tutorial just below that on the list, on the rankings, that has 50,000 views, which one is someone going to click on?
Yeah, the 50,000 must be better, of course.
Exactly. And it's so number driven. So it's so hard to be like, you know what? Forget the trends. Forget being like everyone else. I'm just going to be me, because in your back of your mind you always think like it's not going to succeed because people are not going to watch me, and that's what everyone wants to do. They just want to succeed when they do YouTube, you know.
It just depends on how, it depends on who you are and how much you care about those numbers. I don't care. I stay at this size. If I really want to be like, oh man, I must have 1 million subscribers or I won't be happy, then maybe I'll do more, I'll play Five Nights at Freddy's. Great. I don't care. You know, how do you define success? And we go back to the con man live stream.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't know. I feel like YouTube's a very shallow place to define success. I feel like everybody on YouTube defines success based on what other people think of their content.
Yeah.
No one really defines success based on what they think of their content.
As I get older, I
can
care
sit
less.
there and think you can sit there and think you produced the best video in the world, but if it got 2 views, that's going to change your mind.
That's very true.
You know, so that's why I mean it's a very shallow place in the sense of like I think every YouTuber base their term of success, the base success based on what other people think of them.
Like, I don't know. Like, what was I gonna say? as I get older, I care less and less what people think. Like, and I guess it's easy for me to say, like, I'll make a podcast. I see 40 viewers. That's good enough for me. Some people will be like, I must have 1,000 or else I don't feel successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and yet that's not true. There are people there who care about what you're doing, and they enjoy it. You know?
Yeah. Well, what we spoke about earlier when we said, well, I said that I feel like hate comments dictate what YouTubers do too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could take that from the other scale as well, that nice comments don't get noticed enough.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you could get 10 views on a video, 10 people comment on that video and say, this is the best thing they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, how many YouTubers, including myself, sit there, look
10
through
views?
the look through the YouTube comments, see 10 nice comments, and just skip over them?
Yeah.
You do it, and it's not intentional. You just it just becomes a habit where you just like you skip over them. But let's be honest, if you had those 10 people in a room with you telling you how amazing you are, that would be awkward and uncomfortable. You
I'd
know,
be like, wow.
but when it's on a YouTube comment, you kind of devalue it. I don't know why, but it's just that's kind of how the landscape kind of is on YouTube. When we shouldn't. I will say I'm wrong for doing that. I'm wrong for like, because I've even said it in my video that I need to reply to more comments because there's so many people who leave nice comments. I need to appreciate them comments rather than worrying about, well, why do I only have 50 comments?
I think this is kind of a little bit different when you're live streaming. There's almost a disconnect between the viewer and the content producer. It's like, okay, you're a little text. When you're live streaming, there are people that like are there. They're physically there. They tell you this, that, enjoy the stream. It's like, it's almost different. It's more human. And I can appreciate a compliment more on a live stream than I can on YouTube because it's just like a little text box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're a live stream, you're hanging out with that person. They're sitting there. They're like, this is great. And they stay there for the duration. It's almost like if someone were to say something, they're like, oh, this video is great. Oh, yeah, whatever. If they stayed for the entire video, that would mean more. And that's something you get from live streaming that you don't get from YouTube, like on Twitch and such. There's more of a connection between the viewer and the content producer.
I guess one thing that I found on my channel and stuff like that, well, this is kind of to counteract what I said before, is the fact that when I was a smaller channel, it was easier for me to connect with my viewers because there would be only 10 comments and I could reply to them and I could develop a relationship with them. But I don't think people understand how difficult it is once you grow to respond to everyone.
Yeah, it's
And
just
I've heard so many YouTubers say that. Like I remember Doc M saying that. Doc M was one of the best YouTubers on responding to comments. He responded to everybody to the point where he had like I think even 200,000 subscribers, and he was the best at it. And then it got to the point where he hit like 300,000. He was just like, guys, I just can't do it anymore. There's too many. I'll be here all day responding to comments, you know. And I think people underestimate that. Like I do my best to respond to my comments and have a connection with my subscribers and stuff like that. I could do better. I'm not going to lie about that. I could do better, but I think people underestimate how difficult it becomes once the numbers increase.
and that's interesting too, because when you have such a humongous channel, you're not connecting with the person that's making the video as a viewer. So maybe then you won't value that connection more heavily because he's such a huger person. You then it just relies on how entertaining this person is. If it's a small channel, I can almost become friends with the content producer.
Yeah.
You're almost buddies. Like I see the same people commenting on my videos. I will sometimes call them out in the video. Like I saw that thing that Blackster did. He might be even watching and be like, "Oh my God, Fancy mentioned me." Because like I'm a small channel.
Yeah. Well, you do see that. You see it with people. Like there are viewers out there who prefer smaller channels and bigger channels because
there's
they
that
lose that
connection.
connection. They lose it. Well, I'm like I said, I don't reply to all my comments, and that's my own fault for not doing that. But I still pride myself for me having some connection with some of my subscribers, considering how like considering my channel is a lot difficult to like have that connection with people now. I'm not saying I'm the biggest channel in the world, but it's still, I honestly believe once you
100,000
hit the,
people.
yeah,
It's a
once
lot
you
of
hit the
people.
50,000 mark or even 20,000 mark, it gets harder and harder to have that connection with people, right? But I still like, there's still people like I can see them in the chat now, like skills and stuff like that. I still have a connection with quite a lot of my subscribers, and I'm proud that I can still offer that to people, even though that it gets harder every single day.
Yeah. And I guess, you know, when you start following that trend, the trends and, you know, making content that isn't yourself, you become less like yourself. The people watching become less attached to you, becomes more about entertainment than that, you know, you lose that connection with your subscribers. You know, it's kind of almost the nature of YouTube
Yeah.
because they're the ones that brought you up.
I remember when I first started, like that was my goal. That's all I wanted to do, was make the viewers feel like they're a part of a community and we're all in this together. And that's why I did shout outs and stuff like that. Like that's all I've ever intended to do. I remember when I first got my partnership, the guy who gave me my partnership, he had his own YouTube channel. At the start, he uploaded a video announcing that I got my partnership and it said in the video of how good it was that I uploaded the video asking people what they wanted and stuff like that, because not many people did that at the time. Everyone just did what they wanted to do. So at the start, I've always kind of done that. I've always kind of tried my best to kind of connect with the subscribers. But like I said, I'm not going to lie to people. It gets so difficult. It does. There's so many of you. It's so hard to, it's like, I guess you could say like, you know, a parent that has like 9 kids.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, it's inevitable that one of them kids are going to feel like one of that parent loves the other kid more than it loves you.
And
You know?
it's never really true. It's just how you feel, like how, the interaction. This almost is interesting because we were just talking about, should we be letting our subscribers tell us what to do? And it's almost like the intention. Like if you intend to do things for your subscribers to make them happy and be entertaining, that's a lot better than doing what your subscribers say so that, you know, you can get just more viewership and more moolah kind of thing. Because your intention was to make a connection with the subscribers, not to, you know, just garner a larger audience at first.
Well, I genuinely believe that every YouTuber that's kind of got success, as in like, where it's like they're big YouTubers, right? Every YouTuber that's kind of got success genuinely did not do YouTube back for money.
Because you can't grow like that.
I don't think you can go into it with that mindset. I feel like if you go into that mindset, you might as well be prepared to fail, because if you're driven by money, you're not gonna sit there and just go through the low times. You're not. You know,
Yeah.
like I would upload LPs where they get 10 views. It didn't bother me because I enjoyed doing it.
And those are the people that get big. You know, it's I don't know. It's when you want to try and recapture those boosts that you get. Like, okay, I got a lot. I did what I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. I got a sizable subscriber count. Can I do that again? And that's what you get on that slippery slope, I feel.
Yeah, it kind of touches on the point that we said earlier. It's so hard not to get sucked into the numbers. So hard. It is hard when like you see something and you think like, you know what, something that I really enjoy doing is starting to do very well. So what do I do? You know,
Yeah.
I think I even had a conversation with you once. It was like you saw your channel picking up and you were like even questioning like, but do I go to college? You know, because my channel started to do well, and I remember you saying your mum said like, "Don't be stupid."
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
Gave you a little kick up the butt kind of thing. But it's because I feel like when people see that on YouTube, it's a dream, isn't it? You're doing something that you love to do, and then all of a sudden you see it growing and growing and growing and growing. You're like, wow, this is amazing. Like,
What do I do now?
yeah, it's amazing, and you've got to make that decision. And I feel like it's hard. It's hard to find the balance of like keep doing it, based on your enjoyment than rather getting lost in the figures.
When
Because
you when you
I would sit here and I'll tell you that there's been times where I've got lost in the figures. I would look at my views and I would see, and this is just me being completely honest. I would look at my views and I feel like, why did I only get that many views on a video when before that I really enjoyed doing that video, but then the views changed my opinion on it.
yeah, it's
And I
like
think that's sad. Like that's sad that it affects people that much. It affected me in certain series.
and you forget that there are still thousands of people that enjoyed that video. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you know, you get caught up in like oh, I need more. I need more of this, more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you think about it, like you said, 1,000 people. That's a lot of people. That is a hell of a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
if you had 1,000 people in a room all saying like I love you, that's, that's a lot of people.
Be like, damn.
But on YouTube, 1,000 is nothing.
And yeah, that's very true. It's just sometimes you're just gonna have to like, you know, give yourself a whack on the head. Like, hey, this is a good thing you're doing. You know, don't forget about the people that brought you up. You know.
It annoys me though. It annoys me sometimes when, because like I said, like back in the day when I had like 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers, I would get like I said, 70 views on a video. Didn't bother me because I loved making that video. And it kind of frustrates me when I see people like when they complain about views dropping and it's only like a couple hundred views. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You've got a load of people, like whether it's 1,000, whether it's 200 people loving what you're doing, just continue doing it.
Still watching, you know?
Yeah, still watching, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. You just have
You shouldn't get sucked into the numbers that early on in your YouTube career.
Nah.
I think if you do, you're going to be set up for a long, long, hard journey.
Definitely. I don't think you should get sucked up ever. Unless
Yeah,
you're trying to like... And I guess the only reason you should is that when you get to a size where you need to actually like... If that is your full-time job, I guess then at that point you should start maybe paying a little attention to the numbers. But that's just... It's the intention, you know? Because the fact of the matter is YouTube is not the only thing that you can be. You can be anything you want. It doesn't have to be a YouTuber. Don't obsess.
Isn't it scary though that so many people now, that's what they want to be?
But
that scares me.
I want to be a YouTuber, yeah.
Yeah, that scares me. I feel like it's such a risky thing.
Yeah.
I feel like most YouTubers never intended to be a YouTuber. It just happened.
The ones that got big,
yeah.
at least early on, like Minecraft and such, I always kind of reference them because they were just kind of playing. Like every one of them are just like, I like Minecraft. This is fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think that's so scary now. Like when I see people in my comments, and like I've said it in one of my LPs before. Like if you've got a dream, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like by all means, go for it.
There's a dream, and then there's like an obsession, and there's like a false reality kind of thing.
It's scary to see like 13, 14-year-old kids just being like, no, I don't want to be a doctor or a policeman or whatever. I want to be a YouTuber. And
when it's such a like, you know. And I'm more realist about this, like, you know, you could get big, and then within an instant that can go away. Not necessarily a stable career choice.
Yeah, exactly. And like I don't know what I would do if I had kids, right? And they said to me, "Dad, I want to be a YouTuber."
Right.
I think even though I did it, I think I would be like, just make sure you have your backup, you know?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to throw all your eggs in one basket,
Like
because it's such a risky place. If it by all means try it, and if it happens, it happens, but don't.
I mean, yeah, it's fun.
Don't make it your only thing, you know.
If you make a little cash on it, that's great. Buy some Steam games, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, I had to make that decision. It was not really a decision. It was just kind of like, you know what, like, I need to go to college. Because
it's no guarantee, is it?
I'm not gonna be 40 years old making a Minecraft video. You know,
there are people out there.
Well, like when I'm 40, I'm not gonna still be making Minecraft videos. It's gonna be something else that I have to accidentally fall into. You know, people that were making like, here we go. This is interesting. You know, live streaming on Twitch. Only recently were you able to make money on it? You know, if you're doing it for the money, you wouldn't be live streaming. But the people that were live streaming for free were the ones that got big now. So, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess because that's the thing that kind of like links into everything when we talk about trends and stuff like that. It's just like there's so much competition now because it's such a popular thing to do, whether it be YouTube, streaming and stuff like that. So every single day that year, month that goes past, it gets more difficult for people to be a YouTuber, a streamer and stuff like that. And that, I think that's why it scares me. It scares me when people are like, you know what? I just want to be a YouTuber. That's it. I've got a microphone. I've got a good PC. I want to be a YouTuber. And I don't think I would advise. It's kind of like, feels like I'm telling people not to do it. Do something that I do.
Here's the thing. Like, I want to be a YouTuber, or I want to get 1 million subscribers and be famous on YouTube. That's two different things.
Yeah, true.
I want to record an SMP for fun. That's fine.
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. I feel like people don't do YouTube. I feel like not don't do YouTube. That's the wrong way to say it. I feel like people don't start YouTube now for fun. I feel like they do it because they want success.
They see the it's like thinking you're gonna win the lottery.
Minecraft, and they want to be that.
It's like, oh, that's easy. You talk in front of the mic and get paid money.
And I feel like a big number of people do YouTube for that reason now. They don't want to do it because they think it's fun. They do it because they feel like I want to make money from this too.
Yeah, I don't want to have a real job.
Yeah. When I feel like a lot of people forget the fundamentals that 90% of people started YouTube because it was fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, you know, that's how it is with anything, you know, gold mining. That's what it is.
Yeah, true.
You know, we all rush at the same time and then there's none left for anyone.
Uh-huh. Do you think YouTube is becoming oversaturated now, like too many channels?
Yes.
I definitely think that of Minecraft. I think
Minecraft,
so much Minecraft content now. It's just insane. I said this in one of my LPs the other day. It's just like everybody does mini games.
Yeah,
everybody does mini games now. It doesn't matter. It's so easy to do it now.
10-minute video rendered done. Like,
yeah, so easy. It's so easy. It's like before. I remember you had to buy like about 5 different things to be able to record something on your computer. And now it's just one thing and that's it.
Or you know, don't pay for it. Yeah,
it's so easy now to do this, and I feel like that's kind of its downfall in a way, and that's why I know I spoke to I know Vadak said this before, and I think we spoke about it. I said he said he doesn't feel he doesn't get the same feeling when he uploads a video that's 10 minutes to the same feeling where he spent like 5 hours on a video.
Yeah, and
I feel like that's what separates YouTubers now, is that the ones that put the effort in to the ones that just hop on a mini game for 10 minutes and just
yet the mini game players are the ones getting these views.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like, and then do I play mini games? Do I cave in? Do I stick to my content that's maybe not getting as many views as I'd want it to, but maybe it makes me happy?
It's like when I did MCA, right? That's probably arguably one of my best consistently viewed series. There was no series on my channel ever that got 20k views every week. That was like my best viewed series I've ever done. That series was super hard to record, stressful, like 10 hours an episode it would take to record, edit, render, upload. But the feeling I got after it got released was so much better than when I jump on and do a hide and seek or something. Yeah, it's much more fulfillment out of it than I would just a regular kind of, I'm gonna go and do a hide and seek episode today. It's
kind of interesting because, like, for me, I really don't like editing. I don't get that enjoyment at all. So I prefer this type of content. I like this long form, just like connection, speaking my opinion. I don't like the other stuff. So maybe I should go Twitch. You know, then I'll do what I enjoy, because I actually don't get enjoyment from that. That was almost soul sucking for me, for a little bit.
Yeah, editing is stressful. Like I said, through when I did MCA, it was, some moments were soul sucking for me. Trust me. Yeah. I would sit there. It was horrible, but I would always think that like the final result was so much better than, like, it was worth going through that feeling of like, oh my god, this is taking forever.
If that was what you needed to do to be a large YouTuber, there'd be significantly less people doing it.
But I think that's where it's going now. I do think that is what I think that is the direction it's going. I feel like a lot of videos now, especially due to the role play trends, I feel like a lot of videos now do need to have a lot more effort than what they used to. That's why like this regular let's plays and stuff don't do as well as what they used to, because everybody and their mum does a let's play now.
Yeah.
You know? And like, so I feel like you do need that. You need to go that extra mile now just to stand out, which is a good thing.
That's what it should be.
It's like a lot of people with YouTube is a job, and a job shouldn't be easy, should it?
No job is easy.
Yeah, exactly.
And YouTube is such a new platform, so you do see those shifts. Like, oh, for a little bit, this channel could get big by doing nothing. Well, but eventually, you'll get a point where it's like, I crave that quality content and not just like the same thing all day, every day. You know?
I was talking about that in my LP the other day. Is that I feel like in 2015, I stayed in the same place for too long. Like I didn't move forward when you should always be looking to go forward. You know, you should always be looking to kind of improve in some sense. Where I feel like on my channel in 2015, I did too many things for too long, and I just stayed in that one spot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that fundamentally affected me and my channel, and like it affected my enjoyment towards me playing Minecraft or me playing or doing YouTube videos, editing and stuff like that.
Burnout is real.
Yeah, well, that's my I guess you could say resolution for 2016 is to just try and keep improving rather than just stick to what's comfortable.
Yeah, true that. And I guess with this, it's just my way of maybe saying that I enjoy this. I would like to do this. I'm going to do it. If you watch it, maybe you'll find that some enjoyment and maybe learn something from it, rather than just playing some mini games or whatever. So
I feel like we've exhausted every YouTube avenue.
Yes, I think. Yeah, don't you have to live stream fairly soon?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How long have we been going for?
1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, not too bad. Should I go over some of the topics that people tweeted?
Yeah, let's do a couple of those.
Do some of those. So let me go down here. So guys, if you're watching, if you've got any suggestions or anything, just put it in the chat or tweet me, tweet Fancy, and then we'll bring it up. I
don't know how close you want to cut it.
It's all right. It's side streams first, not mine. So I think it should be good. So first thing the first topic comes up is Anthony. Do you both love Anthony? That is the topic.
I love his voice.
I love Anthony. That is all I'm going to say.
I miss Anthony.
Yeah, I do.
Baby, come back.
What could YouTube do to... Okay, what could YouTube do to compete better with Twitch? So I guess that kind of touched on the subject where you was like saying you prefer this style of video. So what's your view on how could YouTube improve to compete with Twitch?
Well, the thing is that it can be you have to improve on viewer side and content creator. For me, YouTube is like ridiculously convenient for live streaming. I will live stream, it will record it and upload it instantaneously. That is amazing. And then I can concentrate on producing the content rather than worrying about all the extra stuff. Like, it will just upload it. Wonderful. Twitch, I think it does that, but like,
it's a bit weird. I've had huge problems with that before. Like, it doesn't upload my video. It kind of glitches out. It only does half of it. I've had huge problems with it. Yeah,
I feel like YouTube has the infrastructure for that, and its strength is, having it work, really.
But I guess the overall conception of it all is that YouTube streaming is not as good as Twitch. That's what the majority of people think. I think so. I personally think that's what most people think. It's not as good as Twitch. So what do you think YouTube would have to do to get as good as Twitch?
I don't like Twitch, so it's perfect. Here we go. if
I think I would say Twitch is better than YouTube. I think
okay.
personally.
Well, there's little things that really make me angry with Twitch. If I refresh, I can't see the comments anymore that were on the video or the live stream. YouTube, they're preserved. I can see that. I can see the comments all the time. That makes me mad because people are like, "Why'd you answer the chat?"
I think let's be honest, right? We said this before. Is a stream is about viewers. Without viewers, you can't stream. Like because you want that connection with your viewers because they're right there and they're at the time, like you said, right? And on Twitch, you get more of them. You get more viewers, so it makes for a longer, more entertaining stream.
We'll do some experiments.
I feel like what YouTube needs to improve on to compete with Twitch is I feel like putting a stream in someone's sub box is not good enough.
No, it's not. It needs to have that email notification.
I feel like they need to, and they might say like, "Oh yeah, we have that," but I feel like if you're subscribed to a channel, you should get an email when they go live. You shouldn't have to be subscribed to a channel and then click another button to say an email. Yeah. I'm not saying you should get an email for every single upload because I think
no uploading, no. But when you're live, that's something different than just an upload. That you can't watch that later.
Yeah.
And I guess YouTube's answer for that is having you upload it really quickly afterwards. It's like, they'll watch it later. But I want that connection right now.
I feel like that's how YouTube could improve. I feel like YouTube should improve more with the chat. The chat used to be horrible on the live streams, but it's a lot better now.
They've done a great job, like in such a short time, I must say. Like Twitch has been on for a while. YouTube's live streaming. I mean, they had the live event thing that was not convenient for people like me, I guess. So I just ignored it. But now that they have full-fledged live streaming, like almost like just making a video.
I guess an advantage Twitch is always going to have over YouTube is that Twitch is a company that is solely based on live broadcasting. YouTube live streaming is always going to be a second thought. It's not going to be their number one priority.
Yeah.
Where on Twitch, it's always their number one priority. They're always looking to better their live streaming thing. Where I can imagine YouTube's like, "Oh yeah, we need to do that thing on our live stream, improve the chat. Oh yeah, let's go do that."
Yeah.
It's not going to be their number one priority.
They might wait for someone to complain and then, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, we're on it."
Yeah, like they'd rather sort out watch time analytics than fix a bug on live streaming.
Yeah. Because bread and butter, edited
but
content.
I do think it's good. I feel like when YouTube gaming came out, it was a huge improvement from the live events and stuff. But I don't see that they've made any more improvements since.
I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, if they keep improving it, I do think it could compete, but I don't think it is. My opinion, because you got Fancy here on the other hand who says he prefers YouTube. Well, I personally prefer Twitch.
I know Comment prefers YouTube for similar reasons. It's just it's convenient for creating content. It's really convenient. Getting the audience is another thing entirely. So maybe we'll do the next podcast on Twitch, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how angry I get when I can't see the chat anymore. And you can also roll ads. I haven't done any because this is just the first podcast. But you can roll ads pretty efficiently.
Right. I've got another topic if you want to move on.
Let's go.
It says, what I guess this one's a good one. It kind of links into everything we spoke about today, kind of. It says it's from Skills, and he says, Fancy and Biggs, what keeps you motivated, and how do you keep putting out videos all the time?
I think I go through little episodes where I'm like, I'm not feeling the drive kind of thing. But when I make a video and I get the response, like such an overwhelming, like kind response from everyone, that makes it worth it, I must say.
Yeah.
Also, college textbooks are expensive, so.
I agree. I guess the best way we can relate to, because at the moment I'm slacking on videos. I've got like 2 videos a day in my schedule, and I've uploaded about 3 this week. So I'm slacking on videos too. But I guess if we're talking about our prime, like in the summer for you, Fancy, where you was uploading all the time, right? I had
free time.
That was the thing. What motivated you to do that though? Like every morning you wake up, right, I got to do this video today. What motivated you to do
the thing
that?
is that like I get sad when I'm not doing anything. I need rigidity, almost like I'm like, okay, I'm doing nothing with my life. I need to do something. YouTube is like I treated it like a job, because it gave me that rigidity. Every day I had something to do, and I knew that I had to, make someone happy that day with a video.
Yeah.
And that really was great. And I had the free time to do it. I did not have the free time during the college semester. So I'm on break right now, so I have free time.
I spoke about this with Zai before, and I kind of said to her that for me, feeling accomplished is a big motivation for me. When I produce something I'm proud of, that's a huge motivation for me.
I love
when I feel accomplished that I've produced something.
Something I deeply enjoy.
Yeah.
Is the let's builds. Like at the end of the video, I hope that I've taught someone something about building. Maybe they've learned something. That's what motivates me for like tutorials. That I'm teaching people how to better themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I get comments like, "Oh man, I didn't know how to build until you showed me this." That's really amazing to see, for me.
So I guess it's kind of like the same boat, isn't it? That sense of accomplishment, but just in different avenues. Like you feeling that you've accomplished teaching someone how to build, and me just feeling like
it's more on the craft itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Next.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, death. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm not afraid
of that. It was my biggest fear. I used to wake up when I was like 10 years old. Right, never had a death in my family or anything. I used to wake up, run into my mum's room, and she was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I was like, "Mum, I don't want to die," and that was it.
My brother has been like that, and it's really sad because he's kind of like, it's almost like you realize, it's almost a realization of mortality kind of thing.
Yeah,
it just hit him, but it's almost a good thing, I think, because he's been appreciating his free time a little bit more. So, my biggest fear, I'm not afraid of a lot of things.
Spiders for me right now.
Spiders, yeah.
I hate it. Can't stand them.
I fear, I don't know. I guess I'm just brave. I don't like, I fear old lady drivers. They scare me. They'll kill you.
My biggest fear is YouTube drama. Oh.
Ooh. Getting political.
Someone asked, I guess because it's on the topic of YouTube, Dream Crusher 7, it says, what inspired you to do YouTube?
I would go wake up every day disgusted at the quality of build tutorials on YouTube. I'm like, I could do better than this. Also, I had a friend who had 100 subscribers, and his channel was whack. And I was like, that's it? That's all you have to do? So that kind of helped me. That's kind of what I started with.
Yeah, I was never really inspired to YouTube. It was just kind of like, I found my cousin told me about Minecraft, and we played it, and I liked it. And I joined a server, and it had a YouTuber on it called Professor Chaos.
Ooh.
And at the time, I guess it kind of adds into the age thing that we said. At the time, me and him were like the oldest two people on the server, and everyone else was a lot younger than us. And like we came to that realization of like, hold on a sec, are you this age? He's like, yeah. Are you this age? I'm like, yeah. We're like, oh my god, we're not weird. So we like went on TeamSpeak and stuff and became friends. And he said he was a YouTuber, and he said, why don't you try it out? And I said, my PC's terrible. So I got a new PC because I was getting into PC gaming. And then he just said he said to me, just do a video of me. And then I did a video, and then I enjoyed it, and that's why I did it.
Nice.
That's how I started.
It's like the honest YouTuber introduction. It's like, oh, I just kind of did it because it was fun.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I'll be honest with you. The first video I ever did, don't go and watch it. It's weird. I sound weird. But
everyone sounds weird.
Yeah, I was super uncomfortable doing my first video by myself, but I did enjoy doing videos with other people. That's why I started off doing. Like I did all my series with this guy, Professor Chaos, and I just that's what I enjoyed, playing with other people, and that's how I started.
Yeah. First episodes are always super awkward
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm thinking back to it. I have my first 3 episodes on private. They're terrible. um, yeah, my number one advice for people starting is practice, I suppose. Don't just like make a video expecting the fame and wonder, like, because you probably sound super nerdy, and if you don't think you do, you wait 2 years and watch it again.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, like, 2 years I think is a good number. I think a lot of people go into YouTube thinking like, oh, I've been doing it now for 6 months. I've only got 100 subscribers. I feel like a safe number YouTube. Stick at it for like 2 years, and then you'll get a true reflection of where you can be or where you could be.
Yeah, true. All right, next one.
Next one, they're running out now, but it says, any series that you guys, it's from Manraj, any series that you guys want to do, but not sure about the response that it gets. I think we kind of answered that earlier, didn't we?
I want to play F1.
Yeah, I'd love, like I said, I'd love to play Rocket League and stuff like that, and F1. Like, fancy, we were so into that game that year of F1.
Oh yeah,
We were so into it, and we was like, should we do a series on it now? Should we wait for the new one, and then we'll do a series on that, and then the new one was just poop, and then we couldn't do a series on it. It was devastating.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of like really realistic driving sims, and I doubt anyone would enjoy any of those. Like, I got the wheels set up, it's everything. I play those secretly by myself. Maybe I'll live stream some races about it. Yeah, no one wants to see that.
All right, I've got one more comment. I think this is a good one to close it off if you want to. I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah, go for it.
It's from Skills again. It says, since you guys have a younger audience, that's pretty big. Do you consider yourself to be a role model?
I hope to, actually. It's almost the nature of my channel is yeah, like I said, to teach people, like, kind of getting them creative, maybe using, and it's not just like, oh, my goal, like, they get just like more knowledgeable about building, but Minecraft is a very creative outlet. So if there's a younger person watching, I hope that they can maybe get interested in, artsy stuff or whatever. I sometimes see myself in some of the younger viewers, because they'll send me pictures of like the castles that they make that are like super imaginative. Like, oh, thank you, Fancy.
Yeah.
I would. It's not like I hate having a younger audience. It's just, it's a different feeling. I would probably say, like, I can't cuss like a sailor, but they sometimes look up to you a lot more than like an adult would.
I guess YouTube has that weird way of like throwing you into it where you have to become a role model kind of thing, because you do get a lot of people who do look up to you. So
it
you
depends
you kind of fail in them if you don't take on that responsibility of becoming a role model. And I kind of see it as in, like, I would think that people will look up to me and kind of like listen to what I say and take my advice and stuff like that. I wouldn't suggest people be exactly like me, still be whoever.
No, I mean, be who you are.
Yeah, because trust me, I'm definitely not perfect. I wouldn't suggest you guys do a lot of the things that I do. But
show me what you look like.
yeah, trust me, I'm not perfect. But if people can listen to me and get inspired by me and take that to heart, and it helps them in any way possible, then yeah, I would say I am a role model, and I'd be proud if people come back and tell me in like 2 years time that I used to watch your videos and it inspired me to do this, and yeah, that would make me feel good.
That'd be pretty. That would be best case scenario. So I think we've been going on for quite a bit. We were strong the entire time.
Yeah. Good.
So this was the first nameless podcast with Biggs.
Yeah.
You probably all came from Biggs, so you know who he is.
Can I suggest something to everyone?
Yeah.
In the chat.
Go for
if
it.
you guys enjoyed the podcast, Fancy podcast, make sure to tweet him. Don't tweet me, tweet him, because it's Fancy's podcast. Make sure to tweet him topics and stuff that you would like to hear in future podcasts.
Yeah, I'll write them down. So things I get messaged, I will we'll talk on it next week or 2 weeks from now, depending on our free time.
And you do plan to have more people in the future, right? Like a bigger group of us.
Yeah, I was hoping for like 4, max 4. Probably do Chaos Craft themed kind of thing, and I think that would be really interesting. Probably be a bit more.
Few topics we didn't even touch on today, did we? That we wrote down.
Yeah, we can save those.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for podcast 2. Maybe we'll get some other people. I think Vadik was interested in joining next time.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. And we can get other opinions from other people. So if you like this podcast, good for you. I'm not going to ask you to like the video.
It's interesting. I was interested to see the response.
And I'm so glad that it's positive because it's not a normal thing that I would do. But I'm really glad that people enjoy a more serious kind of format.
I wonder if people would enjoy it more, because I, for one, I don't know if it affected you, but I, for one, find it hard to keep my train of thought when I'm trying to build in Minecraft. That's hard. So would people be bothered if like there was nothing on the screen, like a logo or something saying Fancy's podcast, and it was just audio, or do you want to see something because it just makes it easier?
This is what I do is mindless, so it doesn't affect my train of thought. So I think it's never a bad thing to have something on the camera. Most people do face camera, but I'm so ugly, can't let people see that. So for me, I don't mind just having a little something open. We'll probably get a little bit more professional as time goes on.
You want the logos now?
Yeah, I gotta get the logos.
Get the logos, get the artwork on the screen. Should be all good. But I enjoyed it though, Fancy. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, Biggs. So
next week.
Yeah, next week. So this concludes the podcast. Thank you all for coming, watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.